Welcome back to my channel. My name is Okiria, aka Dollface Oki, and I feel like I haven't done a YouTube video in like years because I really haven't. So today's topic is how to stop accepting the bare minimum. Okay, I feel like a lot of people I know, and just people in general, I'm really seeing a lot of people are just really just accepting the bare minimum. And I'm just like, honey, we're not meant to be here to accept the bare minimum. That's not what we're meant to be here for. We're here, especially us women, to get everything that we deserve in this lifetime. So I'm going to walk through some steps on how to stop accepting the bare minimum. I have my iPad right here. So if you see me looking down, it's because I've already listed some steps out, and I just want to make sure I don't forget anything in this video. Okay. So what does the bare minimum actually looks like? Okay. So you don't just accept the bare minimum in just relationships. Okay. Platonic. It could be platonic relationships. It can be romantic relationships. It could be, your family members, just different things. Okay. So what that looks like is basically inconsistent communication, no effort, no planning, no intentions. Okay. And that's in relationships. So basically inconsistent communication, So let's say you started talking to this guy or this girl, if y'all been talking for a few months or whatever, casually dating, and they don't ever make time to text you or call you when they're busy or when they're out with their friends and things like that. But when you get on social media, you see them posting their friends, you see them outside, and when you're with them, when they do hang out with you, you see them constantly on their phone. But when y'all are away from each other, they don't ever give you that energy. Red flag. Big red flag. Okay. The biggest red flag. Okay. So I feel like people, and this is not just a feel like, this is facts. Okay. People make time for what they want to make time for. Okay. If they don't make time for you, they just really don't like you like that. They really just keeping you around. Why would you allow somebody to just breadcrumb you like that? Why would you waste all your time and effort putting it into that person when there's so many other people out there who will literally kiss the ground you walk on? Like, I'm trying to understand that. Like, I really never understand why people accept the bare minimum when there's literally, do you know how many people are out there in the world right now? There's billions of people in the world. So you absolutely do not have to settle for Tim and Sarah over there just breadcrumbing you and giving you the bare minimum when you deserve so much more. Okay, let's cut that out right now. Okay, in friendships, this is a big one. One-sided energy. You showing up for your friends, you going all out for your friends, you buying them stuff for their birthday, you pulling up to their birthday trips, you getting them gifts, you reposting their businesses on social media. Like, you literally just showing up for that friend and you're supporting them in everything they do. But when it's your turn and their turn to clap for you, crickets. Cut them off, babe. You don't need that energy in your life. You really don't. Like, okay, and then you get on social media once again and you see them reposting people's business who they're not even friends with in real life. Or you see them all under the celebrities comment like, yeah, okay, girl, but where's that energy for your friend, quote unquote? That's not your friend, babe, and you need to cut them off immediately. Also, competitive energy. I'm sorry, like, I don't know what it is, but I always end up having some type of friend that ends up having some type of competitive energy with me. Me personally, I love my friends down. I'm clapping for my friends. I never feel like I have to be in competition with my friends. That's my friend. Like, you're my friend. I love you. I'm supporting you. There's no competition. We're bad bitches together. It's never nothing like that. But if you feel that secret competitive energy, for example, right? Let's just say you bought a new car, right? And then all of a sudden, your friend go out and buy another car. And then they go out and buy a car. And then when y'all talking about buying a car, they're like, oh, my car is bigger than yours. My car is newer than yours. Competitive energy, babe. You book you a trip for your birthday to Jamaica. And now all of a sudden they're booking their trip for their birthday to Bora Bora. Like, what? Competitive energy. And it's so weird because it's so heavy with females. And that's why it's sometimes better to just be by yourself than have fake people around you. So that competitive energy, when you start to feel that, you need to cut them off immediately. You never want that type of people in your energy, okay? Because those type of people will prey on your downfall secretly and talk about you behind your back. Okay, they basically want what you have. Instead of glowing up together and hanging out and doing stuff together, they want to outdo you. Why is that? Strange behavior. In career, okay, because we don't talk about this enough, right? You're being underpaid, overworked, and there's no growth potential. Why are you still there, babe? Okay, don't get me wrong. The economy is not in the best shape right now, but that does not mean you have to settle for the bare minimum when it comes to a career. You do not want to be stuck in a 9-to-5 that is draining you mentally, emotionally, and physically. Because when you get back home at the end of the day, you have nothing else to pour into yourself, your family, your kids, your pets, whatever it may be, your friends. You don't have anything else to give. That's not a way to live, honey. Your nervous system is in shock, okay? So it's time for you, and it may take some time. Make a plan to leave that job. Start applying for other jobs. Switch to that career that you really want to do. A lot of people just sit here and waste time and say, oh, I want to go do this, I want to go do that. But babe, the time is passing and you have not yet decided to go and do that. You're getting older. Time is going to continuously pass, okay? Time does not stop for nobody, right? Do you want to be saying that, oh, I tried that and I didn't like it? Or do you want to say, oh, I wish I tried that? Or I tried that and I loved it? Or do you want to be looking back 20 years from now saying, I wish I never stayed in that career because I got nothing from it? Now I'm having physical and emotional issues with my body and things like that that I cannot recover from. Stress is the number one killer, okay? You really have to manage your stress. In careers, these people will replace you. Stop giving everything to a career that does not appreciate you, your value, what you bring to the table, or don't pay you for what you're worth. Get out of there. On the speedboat, okay? Okay, so now it comes to, why do people settle? Why do y'all think people settle? Okay, here's why I think people settle. Fear of starting over, having low self-esteem, investing in time into something that you feel like, oh, I invested so much time into this that I don't want to start over, and just having comfortability, right? So people get comfortable in these situations and feel like, oh, I'm just comfortable. I don't want to change nothing. Or, oh, I invested so much time into this career or into this person. I don't think nobody can love me like this person when they're not even giving you no love. I don't think I can find a better career when the career is draining you mentally, physically, and emotionally. How does that make sense at all? The fear of starting over. This is the number one thing because I have that really bad. Like, I've had that really bad. I used to be really afraid of just starting over and trying new things because, oh, what if it doesn't work out? What if it fails? Like, what if people, judge me? Who cares? Okay, nobody is paying that much attention to you. And if they are, who cares? At the end of the day, baby, it's your life. You cannot keep putting yourself on hold and staying in situations because you're worried about what people think, or you're comfortable, or you feel like you put so much time into it. Girl, invest more time into something else and you might actually like it. You might actually really enjoy it. So I say all this to say, don't have fear of starting over because, like I said, time is literally going to continuously pass and you're not going to have done anything that you said you wanted to do. Now you're older and you can't do those things no more. Or you're just looking back at your life and like, oh, I wish I would have did that. Babe, now is the time. Do it. Don't. And then the whole low self-esteem. I really want everybody who's watching this to know that you are literally a bad bitch. Okay. Let me tell you something. For me, I don't care. Beyonce can walk into this room. Okay, I love Beyonce down. Beyonce can walk into this room. Guess what? My self-esteem still high. Me and Beyonce on the same level, baby. In my mind, me and Beyonce on the same level. You have to instill that into yourself. Talk that to yourself in the mirror. Tell yourself that you're beautiful. You deserve everything that you're supposed to be getting out of this life. You do not deserve the bare minimum. Okay? That's not what you're put on this earth to be, just bare minimum it up, okay? And just receiving and accepting bare minimum anything. That's not what we're here for. So let's get into the mirror. Let's dress nice. Let's do our hair. Let's do our makeup. You're the shit. Like, nobody cannot tell me I'm not the shit. Period. I don't care what nobody say about me. Okay, and you should feel that same exact way. Okay, Beyonce come in the room with you. Beyonce ain't got shit on you, baby. Oh my gosh, literally. Okay, so now to the truth, right? You have to teach people how to treat you. Okay, what you tolerate is what the standard you're setting for yourself. And that is what's going to continue throughout. That's going to be the themes throughout your whole life, okay? Staying in the wrong situation literally blocks you from being able to get in the right situation, meeting the right people, and living the life that you're supposed to be living, okay? Blockages. You're staying in a relationship with somebody who gives you nothing. That person that's supposed to be with you is never going to find you because you're not putting yourself out there and you're just accepting what this person is giving you and thinking that's all you deserve. And that's not true, babes. Get rid of them. Get rid of them now. Get rid of them right now. Like I said, staying in the situation, the wrong situation, is literally going to be the blockage and a delay for you receiving all the blessings and everything that you deserve to receive in this lifetime. You do not want to look up at 50 years old and say, I'm miserable, I'm sad, I'm, I should have, would have, could have, baby. You cannot get that time back. And I'm harping on that so hard because do y'all see how the timeline jumped from 2019 to 2026? That is a true indication of how we just do not have the time. We cannot sit around and just accept anything. Like, what are we doing here? This is what you should be doing instead, okay? One, you need to raise your standards, and you don't have to be unrealistic. You need to be intentional about your standards, okay? Two, be comfortable walking away from people and situations, okay? Pour into yourself is number 3. And being okay with being alone is number 4. Okay. So raise your standards. You don't have to have unrealistic standards, but set intentions, right? What is it that I want in a partner? What is it that I want in a friend? What is it that I want out of my career? Set intentions and set those standards so that you know when something that is not in alignment with you, what that looks like, and you can walk away and you don't have to accept that. Hello, get comfortable walking away. If that job is draining you, if that person is draining you, if you know that those people are not your friends and they're using you and they're just, not for your highest good, walk away from that. Walk away from those situations and those people. Stop letting those people just do whatever. Like, stop letting them not show up for you, but show up for this person, that person. Walk away. Like, you can start over. You can make new friends. You can do a new career. Don't wait till the last minute. Literally. Pour into yourself. Set goals. Go to the gym. Get your nails done every 2 to 3 weeks. Get your hair done whenever. You know what I'm saying? Go to the gym. Go to Pilates. Go out and have lunch by yourself. Go shopping. Literally pour into yourself. Whatever it is that you love to do that. It's going to make you feel better. It's literally going to make you feel better. You have to pour into yourself. Okay? You have to. You literally have to. And the one that is the main one for me is being okay with being alone. Okay? I know a lot of people who literally are not okay with being alone. They want to be in a relationship. Okay? Which is okay. But then you're jumping from relationship to relationship and none of those relationships are in alignment. And none of those people are who you're supposed to be dating. None of those people are who you're supposed to be friends with. Take a break. Be by yourself. When you're by yourself, you get to do some inner flexion, right? You can do some reflection, right? You know, okay, I've been by myself for a while. I can journal. I can write down, this is what I want in a partner. This is what I don't want. Okay, you can reflect on all the situations that you've been through, and you could take the pros and the cons. This is not what I want to see in my next relationship or in my next career. Okay, be by yourself. Enjoy. I love myself. Okay, I love me, baby. I take myself out to lunch. I take myself shopping. I like to be alone. I don't have to be with other people to make myself feel good. Everybody else is just a plus into my energy. Y'all should be the same way. You should be the same way. If you don't love you and you don't like to be by yourself, why are you going to expect the next person to love you and treat you properly if you don't love and treat yourself properly? If you don't pour into yourself? If you can't be alone by yourself? What are we talking about here? Exactly. What are we talking about here? Okay, and to basically close out this video, you literally don't have to beg for what's meant for you, okay? The right opportunities, the right people, the right careers, everything is going to come to you when you get into alignment and you know and you set the standards for yourself, okay? Those people, things, places, careers is going to meet you where you're at. They're going to meet you at whatever level you choose to stand on in your life. So if you're choosing to stand on the bare minimum, well, guess what, babes? They're meeting you at the bare minimum. If you're choosing that you want better for yourself, then guess what, babes? You're going to find somebody and people and careers that's better for you. Okay? So I say all this to say, it's 2026. Basically, the year is almost over. Let's stop accepting the bare minimum. Let's accept what is meant for us. Okay? Let's just stop accepting anything, because that's literally going to get you into an endless stuck loop, and you're going to be miserable, and you're not going to be happy, and you're going to look back and wish that you actually cared about what you allowed into your life and what you allowed into your space. But okay, babies, that is all I have for this video today. I want to say thank you to everybody who tuned in to listen to my sisterly advice. I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.